Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and today we're going to be looking at a cool new product from a company called VSSL. Basically, what VSSL sought out to do is take a regular flashlight that would normally use D-cell batteries and turn it into an all-comprehensive kit. They do have different types of kits. As you guys can see in front of you, I have the first aid one, then I have a couple more that I'll speak to in a little bit. I'll set these to the side. Now, the way they did that is by transitioning from your larger D-cell size batteries to smaller batteries to give you that room where the battery would normally be housed to, again, set up your kit. So what's really cool is that each of the boxes comes labeled very visibly where you can tell exactly what particular kit this is. So again, this is the first aid one. On the outside, you have the content information for everything that is going to be inside of the kit. And then in the back, you do have some contact information for the company. So that's really cool that they packaged that on all their boxes. Let me go ahead and open it up so you guys can see what it's all about. So here it is. Now, each of the vessels is going to run on 3 E90 batteries, which are included. So here they are. And again, this is the way that they were able to downsize the battery in order to be able to maximize the space as to where you can build your kit in. So let me go ahead and remove it. And here it is. So each vessel kit is going to be the same size. So it's about 9 inches long and it is 2 inches in diameter. Now they're all going to have a flashlight on one end and an oil-filled compass on the other end. All of these are made out of military spec seamless aluminum, so they are very, very sturdy. They're going to definitely hold up to a lot of wear and tear. And, you know, from testing them out, I can definitely tell that the construction is great on these. The different kits have different weights. The first aid one is going to be coming in at about 14 ounces. But again, it's one of those things where you can customize it to your particular liking. You do have, certain items that already come pre-packaged, but you can go ahead and take those out and replace them and things like that. And that's the beauty of it. I do like the fact that you can, get it right from the company and start using it right away. So if you wanted to, maybe throw this into your vehicle or use this for, a short excursion or something like that, you're able to do so. But then, once you do, you do that and test it out, if you want to go ahead and customize it for yourself, you can do that also. So let's talk about the kit itself. So on the top, again, you do have your built-in flashlight. You have some really nice machining on here, which allows you to screw it on and screw it off very easily because you are able to use the flashlight independently of the rest of the body. On the side right here, you have your activation button, and it activates 3 LEDs. Now you have a couple modes. If you press it once, you have a high, and you have a low, and then it goes into an SOS mode. So those are the 3 modes for the light itself. What's really cool is that they went with the 3 LEDs and a flood lighting, which for different circumstances, camping and things like that, it actually works better than having just a long beam that will light up in the distance. Again, this is designed for more personal use. So if you're going to want to light up a particular area, that's good to use. So I'll go ahead and unscrew the top portion right here, which is your flashlight. And as you guys can see here, you are able to use it again independently of the body. So if you want to leave the body behind and just carry the flashlight around, you're able to do so. Now, in order to get into the batteries, as you guys can see here, you have a small little slit here on the battery door. Basically, what they recommend you use is just a standard coin, so something like a quarter. You're able to stick that in there and take off the battery cover and then replace the batteries if you had to. So that's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and put this back on and we'll look at the other side. Again, the other side has an oil-filled compass, so that's pretty nice. You can tell that they definitely took advantage of every single piece of real estate of the vessel kit in order to give you, pretty much what you would normally need on a regular basis. If you go ahead and unscrew the end cap here, you'll have a couple of the items that start off with the first aid kit. So the first one is going to be some tape right here. So again, you have that tape available, and it's already recessed into the cap. So again, taking advantage of every piece of real estate on this kit is a big thing. Now, once you get in here, you can go ahead and pull out the main section here. And this is another ingenious way that they did in order to package all the items in here. It's basically this kind of roll-up design. So as you guys can see here, you have quite a few items in there. Anything from bandages, you have a razor blade, you have a safety whistle here, some pins, tweezers, and then all the other regular items that you would normally see in a standard first aid kit. So that's really nice. It lays out pretty easily. You're able to access all the different items in there, and you're good to go. And once you're done, you can go ahead and roll it back up. And then obviously on the other end, you do have an inventory of the items in there, and then some instructions on different things on what to do for first aid circumstances. So we'll go ahead and put that back in there. And then you can go ahead and screw the cap back on. Now, all of these caps do have O-rings on them, so they do make them watertight, which is nice. Because again, if you were caught in the rain or something like that, you don't want the items that are inside of the specific kit to get wet or anything like that. Now, if you do open up the other end, the same way that I did originally to take off the flashlight, there are a couple more items on the very top here. So you have some gauze and then some gloves as well. So as far as the first aid kit goes, it is pretty comprehensive. This is again the first aid version of the vessel kit, and I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the other versions. Set this one to the side. The next one is their supply version. So this one has more like your survival kits and things like that. It is going to come included with the flashlight and the compass as well, but this one is again more of a survival kit. So once you open it up, again, it would include the batteries. The batteries are already inside of the kit. Your flashlight on the top there, your oil-filled compass on the bottom, and then when you go ahead and unscrew the bottom, you'll get into the different items. Now, this is one of the things that I was really surprised when I originally saw this, is the way that they've again taking advantage of every single square space of the kit itself. On the bottom here, recessed into there, you have a wax candle, which is really nice. You can go ahead and light it up, give you some light if you don't want to use your flashlight. And then as far as the different items, they're actually housed individually in these little containers. So I'll set this to the side and we'll go through some of the containers. So you guys can see here, they're individually labeled as well. So this one is first aid. It's got a mini medical kit inside of it. If you open it up, you'll see some of the items in there, some tape, again, some bandages, antiseptic and things like that. So that's really cool. Now you have a wire saw. So when you open that up, there's a standard wire saw in there. Next one is fire starter and mirror. So you have a mirror right here on the bottom, and then you have a couple of tinder sticks and some matches in there. The next one is fishing and tackle. So when you open it up, again, you have a small little fishing kit in there, some fishing line, hooks and whatnot, rope and razor blade. So you have a spool of nylon rope there, and then underneath you have a razor blade. And again, these are some of the items that you would want to have with you in a situation where you're caught out, for a short excursion or something like that, and size is of the essence. This kit definitely takes advantage of the size. This one has a can opener and water purification. And the cool thing is that it does have it very legible in the front and has a little picture as well. So there it is. There's a can opener and some water purification tablets there. And then last is a trail marker and whistle. So you have your whistle right there in the middle and a couple different trail markers, arrows, and different colors and things like that. So pretty cool. Each of these kits fits perfectly in the vessel. So you guys can see there, just slide it in and they slide right down. And again, they take up basically the majority of the room. So you can definitely tell that no room is being wasted on these. You have a mirror right on the bottom there also. And this one, and then the first aid one goes in last. And again, like I mentioned already, you are able to, swap different things if you wanted to, and, kind of make it more your own. It's always, available to you. Now, they do sell the replacement pieces for all of their different kits. So if you end up using, one of the different modules inside of the supply kit, you can, just go on their website and replace them. They do have two other models that are two other kits that are available besides the supplies and the first aid one, and that is a shelter one, which allows you to go ahead and build out comes with a blanket and some rope and stuff like that to build yourself a shelter. They also have a zombie one, which is pretty interesting. Basically, what it does is it just has a big spike inside of it, and you're able to attach that to a piece of wood or something like that. And they have a blank one, so if you do if you like the form factor of the actual vessel, but you want it blank on the inside to be able to put inside whatever it is that you want, you're able to do so as well. Again, you are able to do it with these, but these are all already have been marked directly from the company. So this one will say supplies, but if you don't want to have the supplies in there, you can take them out and put whatever you want in there. But they do sell the blank one to be able to do that. And their last or latest version is this one right here, which I thought was pretty interesting. This is actually a flask. Now, this is obviously, they came up with the idea for this as a throwback to the Prohibition era, where people, weren't allowed to have alcohol, so they carried flasks to hide the alcohol and things like that. So this is a pretty cool and clever way of doing that. But again, this is designed more for not so much hiding it, but taking it with you and having some other features along with it. The same way with the other two, you have the markings on the box, and it tells you exactly what's inside. So when you open this one up, this one's a little bit different. You have a couple options on this one. You can go with the gray color like this, or they also have a green color, which is nice, but it does have the accents on the ends, which are black, and then the compass is also black, which is pretty cool. It still has the oil-filled compass, and then you do have your flashlight on the other end. But the main difference with this one, because it is a flask, is once you open it up, I'll show you guys here, the area right in here, so basically from here to this end, is completely hollow, and you can actually go ahead and store beverages in there. Obviously it being a flask, you can store some alcoholic beverages in there if you wanted to, but it's pretty much designed to store whatever you want in there. Now there is a set of instructions in here that tells you how to clean it originally, with some soap and mild soap and water, and then they do recommend that you don't leave the content in there for longer than a week. Again, this particular one, I would say, is great to take with you in quick excursions. So if you're going like on a hike or something like that, you want to take some beverages with you in there, you can go ahead and do that. And another really cool feature that they added to this particular one, again going along with the whole flask theme, is on the opposite end, because I did state that from here to here is hollow. So this area right here, they included a couple really cool items. And the first one is right at the top here. You have this kind of challenge coin looking bottle opener. So again, it's got the markings right there. You are able to thread it through there, so if you want to hang this from a bag or something like that. But again, it is a bottle opener there, so it's really cool, it's nice and thin. Again, they take advantage of every single square space that's in there. And then last but not least is you have two of these here. And basically what this is, it's a mini stainless steel flask shot. So if you guys are familiar with these styles of camping cups where they collapse into each other, basically you just pull it out like that, and then you have this kind of mini shot glass, and it's used for the flask. So you can put the beverage in there and go ahead and take a shot out of it. So you get two of those in there as well. So that was pretty cool. Again, this is it's a great item to have if you definitely want to maximize how much stuff you take with you in a small form factor. Again, this is about 9 inches long. It's about 2 inches in diameter. As far as weight goes, the flask one here comes in at 18 ounces. So you will have a little bit of weight to it, but for the most part, I think the weight to size ratio is great, especially with the amount of items that you carry, when you take into consideration like the supplies one that has all those included items in such a small space, and then the first aid one as well, that you have all those first aid items in that particular space. So not only do you have all those items, but you have a compass, and you also have a pretty cool flashlight that does high, low, and SOS. So it's very durable with that military spec seamless aluminum. So you can throw it in a bag, it can get banged around and stuff like that, and it's definitely going to hold up to any abuse and everyday use if you had to. So there it is. This is the Vessel line of different kits. If you guys are interested, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description box to where you can pick these up. Go ahead and check them out. Again, they have the first aid supplies and flask. And then they also have the shelter, the zombie, and then the blank one if you guys want to make up your own kits. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.